Knowing the words that people really use in day-to-day life can help you to sound like a native English speaker. My name is Harry. I'm a native English speaker and a British English teacher. So like I said, when it comes to learning vocabulary, which is very good, it's also nice to know some slang words. So today we're going to continue the series and learn some more British English slang words that you must know to sound like a native English speaker. So let's have a look at some shopping and money, a very important topic. First up, we have quid. So quid means a pound. Now let's see if I have a pound. Open up my wallet. And yes, I have a pound. I am rich. There we go. So we have a pound coin. So in slang, this is a quid. Do you have a quid? Having a quid is less important today because everything is cashless. Everything is contactless, so you use your phone or your credit card to tap when you are purchasing things. But sometimes you need a quid. For example, if you go to the supermarket, and to use the shopping trolley, you have to put a quid into the trolley. You have this little lock and chain. So you put it into the device, you push it, and then you can take your trolley out. And this is a deterrent to stop people from stealing the trolleys. So you can return it to get your quid back. So in a sentence, we can say, can you lend me a few quid? Or this cost me 50 quid. To improve your English, join my paid group English speaking class. Comment with your email below in the comment section, and I will send you more information about the group English speaking class. So we can use quid as in pound, so 1 pound, a quid, or in the denominations such as 5, so 5 quid, 10 quid, 20 quid, 50 quid. Then we have a fiver. So this is a £5 note. Now let's see how rich I am if I have a £5 note. Let's have a look. Okay, so I have a fiver here. So we have Winston Churchill on one side and the Queen on the other side. So this is a fiver. With newer notes, you have the picture of the king, but these are so common and you can still use them until they go out of circulation, which will take many years. So this is a fiver. So you could say, I've only got a fiver on me. Could you change a fiver for coins? So say if you don't have a quid to use for the shopping trolley, you'll go into the supermarket and say to them, okay, I've got a fiver. Can I have 5 coins so I can use a quid for the shopping trolley? Next up, we have a tenner. Okay, this is really pushing it. Let's see how wealthy I am, how rich I am. Let's have a look. Oh, yes. Okay, close this up here. And we have a tenner. So we have, who is this? I'm not even sure who this is. Okay, so it looks like Jane Austen. And it says, I declare, after all, there is no enjoyment like reading. Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. So we have a tenner there. And then we have the Queen's face on the other side. So this is a tenner. So we had a fiver and we had a tenner. So for example, he gave me a tenner for the taxi. Do you have a spare tenner? No, I don't think anyone has any spare money at the moment. So that's quite rare. Maybe if you're asking a family member, so you can say to them, I will pay you back. You can be skint. Now, skint means to be broke and to have no money. I can't come out tonight. I'm skint. After the holiday, I was completely skint. So maybe you're waiting for payday, and today everything is so bloody expensive. After paying for your rent or your mortgage and your bills, it's rare that you have leftover money for your hobbies or your enjoyment. So skint, unfortunately, is to be broke and to have no money. Loaded is the opposite. So this means to be rich or wealthy. He's absolutely loaded. Look at his car. You don't need to worry. She's loaded. This can be a trap, though. If someone has a really nice car, they may not necessarily be loaded. It can just be perception that this person wants you to think they have a lot of money. And also, why do they want you to think they have a lot of money? Maybe it's for status, to show off, to look at me, I've made it, so I've got this fancy car. Or maybe they just enjoy having cars, nice cars. So that's to be loaded, is to be rich. Next up, we have pricey. So pricey means expensive. That restaurant's a bit pricey. The shoes were nice, but too pricey for me. As a slang word, this is nice to use rather than saying it's too expensive for me or the price is too high. You can just say it in one word. It's just pricey, or it's too pricey, or it's a bit pricey. Trolley. So a trolley is a shopping cart. So when you go to the supermarket or a shopping center, you can grab a trolley and they encourage you to buy a lot of products. So grab a trolley before we go in. So grab is informal to get a trolley. The trolley was full of snacks for the party. Bits and bobs. This is a very nice expression. This means various small things. So for example, I just bought a few bits and bobs from the market. She keeps her bits and bobs in that drawer. So here, if you go to a market, I quite like to go to farmers markets or markets where they have different stalls and to browse around, and you can end up coming back with some nice little ornaments or little things that you need, maybe for the car or for around the house. So these are small various things. You may have a bits and bobs drawer in your house or a little box where you keep things. I have this, so if it's things that I don't know where it goes, I will just pop it in that drawer and know, if I'm looking for something, I will go straight to that drawer first, because the chances is that it will be in there. It's like this mysterious drawer where you can find anything in there. To the shops. This means to go quickly to the shop. I'll just pop to the shops for some milk. He popped to the shops before dinner. And I personally think it's quite nice to say this phrase, I'm popping out for a bit. I'm going to pop to the park. I'm going to pop to the gym. I'll see you later. So this is to go quickly somewhere. Give it a miss. Give it a miss. This means to choose not to do or to buy something. I think I'll give the sale a miss this time. She gave the desserts a miss. She was full. So sometimes I'll give the sale a miss because I know when I go to the sale, it's not going to be that great, and they're going to just have a few items that will be heavily discounted. So it's a waste of my time. I will wait for the sale online, which is more convenient for me. Sometimes you may give dessert a miss because you're trying to be healthy. Maybe you've had too many desserts recently and you're trying to cut down. Cheap as chips. This is when something is very cheap. Those tickets were cheap as chips. The meal was cheap as chips, but delicious. So sometimes Don't judge a book by its cover. If there's a restaurant that you think, it looks a bit dodgy, and the food is cheap as chips, but you try it out and the food is delicious. So cheap as chips is when something is very cheap, the price is very low. And this one as well, it's nice to say cheap as chips, but today chips are definitely not cheap. I remember back in the day when I could buy some fish and chips for £1 or £2 with some fish, and it's a decent sized portion of cod. Today you're having to pay ridiculous prices for fish and chips, unfortunately. Cost a bomb. So this means to be very expensive. That holiday must have cost a bomb. Designer handbags cost a bomb. So this is when something is very expensive. To splash out. This means to spend a lot or to treat yourself. We splashed out on a fancy dinner. He splashed out on a new car. So maybe you are quite conservative when it comes to spending money, but it's a special occasion. So you can say, we're going to splash out today and go to a fancy, expensive restaurant. He splashed out on a new car. So again, when you spend a lot of money on something, it's when you splash out. And splash as well, I think about when you go to the swimming pool. When you dive into the pool, the water splashes out. Ripped off. This means to be overcharged or pay too much for something. We got ripped off at that tourist shop. I felt ripped off after seeing the bill. So many tourist places have tourist traps where they sell items, even food or souvenirs, and they're very expensive. And you will buy something and you may travel for another 20 minutes into the city and the same product is half the price. And here you've just been ripped off. So you were overcharged for something. I felt ripped off after seeing the bill. Even the products themselves, you can start to feel ripped off. Even if you buy a pint today, the prices are ridiculously high and you can feel like you're being ripped off. Sometimes you have no choice. If you go to a sports event or a music festival or a concert, you have no choice because you cannot bring food and drink into the venue. So you have to buy it there. So you have to accept, right, I am going to be ripped off. Minted. This means very wealthy. So she's minted. She bought a mansion. If I won the lottery, I'd be minted. So minted is when you are very, very wealthy. Perfect. So once again, I want you to watch the video again and let me know in the comments which of these slang words do you like? Which ones can you make a new sentence with? Because remember, we want to put these vocabulary words into our active memory. And what's the best way to do this? Is to speak them out loud. Don't just consume it passively. You may be on the bus. In this case, you have no choice. But when you get home, watch the video, say these words out loud. And remember to join my group English speaking class. This is a fun class where you will get to practice with other students and improve your English in a safe, supportive environment. To find out about this paid group English speaking class, please email me at info@britishharry.com. That's info@britishharry.com. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. I hope you have a wonderful day and I will see you in the next lesson. Thank you and bye-bye.